There's growing pressure for districts to provide one-to-one technology for students, as well as pressure for all teachers to use technology in the classroom. Use of one-to-one technology in the art classroom is often difficult to predict if the creative result will far outweigh any negative results from its use or even be worth a change in lesson plans or day-to-day routine. What this study will seek is to find out what effect technology has on student creativity within an art lesson. The goal is to get students to use technology alongside of a creative project to aid them as a resource without interference. The question we want to answer is, does one-to-one technology in the art education classroom hinder or advance creativity? Teachers are wondering if it is worth changing all lessons to include technology use. This idea extends into the art education classroom, where teachers wonder what the effects of one-to-one technology will be on creativity. Literature will need to be explored in order to fully understand what past studies have uncovered. This literature will help develop a plan to further study the hypothesis. A strategy to gather information will be formed using observation, interview, and visual data in a qualitative manner, and then analyzed using a descriptive status. Positive results are predicted with this study and can be shared with district administration and technology personnel, as well as writers of grants for the purpose of technology gains. The evidence taken from the data can help the district form plans for future technology goals and enhancements in not only art but all subjects. After the plan is implemented, a reflection on the changes is necessary in order to understand the full effects of the study. According to Judith Zimmerman, fostering creativity should be part of all around our education and must be nurtured and maintained. Our educators' role is to provide the tools and resources necessary for all students to have the most creative potential. Without providing students every tool that they need, we are hindering their creative outcome. In the studies conducted by Wilkes, and Kutcher, the role in the classroom involving technology must be rethought. With so many access to technology at its budget rates, technology in the classroom will only increase over time and must be thought of as a partner in the classroom, no longer a part-time option. Within the art education environment, more studies need to be conducted in order to fully understand the depth that technology can have within the creative classroom. With more studies, our educators will be able to better understand creative pedagogy when combined with technology. Good and Bryant's studies determine that creative pedagogy and expression must be valued the same when using technology or not. The ability to meet a goal or expression within art in an innovative manner defines if growth and creativity can occur. These creative definitions will help us understand if growth has occurred in the analysis. The target population is middle school 7th and 8th grade art elective students. These students range from 12 to 14 years of age, and their background in art varies from 1 semester to 4. All students enrolled in the class will be sampled for variety. There are 4 elective classes that will be split into 2 test groups: non-technology access and technology access. In order to understand if technology affects creativity, students will need to be observed how technology is being used by them alongside a project where creativity is encouraged and expression. Yet, the project needs to result in the same finished work so student comparisons can be made. For this study, students will complete a diorama. Each diorama will be built to elaborate a time in the student's life they felt on top of the world. When connections between personal moments and art are made, an increase in creativity and craftsmanship skills are seen, making this project one where personal experience, creativity, craftsmanship, and problem-solving innovation are found. When combined with technology usage, the results should be positive. Data will be collected first through observation of students using technology, along with planning, preparing, and creating their project. Observation will consist of how long students use the technology, how much time is spent on task and off task. When finished, written reflections will be given where students can embellish on their creative process, how they use technology and what sites they use with the technology, and if they believe it has helped their project. All answers will be followed up with students individually. Comparisons will be made of projects between the technology and non-technology test groups to look for an increase in creativity, problem solving, and innovation. The data taken from student observations will also be looked at to see if time is well spent when using technology. Is there an increase in students off task and distracted, or are students better engaged from the images and resources they use? Data from the subject-student reflections will be analyzed for proper use of resources. Copyright infringement and using other artists' ideas as their own can be seen when students document specific sites they have used. If a student has not used technology but had the option, student reflections will allow us to see why a student has chosen to not use technology. Reliable data will be collected consistently throughout the project period. The students studied represent the total middle school population for the district. All forms and documents are the same for both test groups. Student reflection data will be followed up individually with each student. Students must be present in class in order to fully participate in the study and be observed. Students who are absent cannot take home their project because of observation. Students may not want to use technology or feel it will not be a useful part of their project. They may also not be motivated to create. Students may not feel they connect with this project and creativity might be limited. The study only gives a glimpse of creativity in students who begin art at the middle school level. Results might be different in a district with elementary school art. In order to meet ethical requirements, the principal must give permission to use the classroom as a testing site. Permission will be obtained from parents through a permission slip that explains the study and how it will affect their child. Only observation and data will be taken from students where permission has been granted. Names of children will not be used in the written analysis.